Hey guys, Igor here once again with another video. Today we'll be looking at my iPhone 7 Plus. Now, before I show you any of the tech demos, just want to say, size-wise, this thing is pretty darn good. We're also going to be looking at the Procreate app, and the main reason that I wanted to showcase the app is because it allows me to record videos horizontally and not have those black bars on either side. Here's a quick comparison of Photoshop Sketch. As you can see, I turn the screen sideways and nothing happens. So if I was to record with the iPhone, it would still be in that vertical setting, unfortunately. So here we are in the phone itself. This is Pocket Procreate. You can see here's my gallery from my 5S carried over into this app. And let's open up a new canvas. I wanted to show you one of the features that I was most excited about, and that's the Force Touch. Since I'm upgrading from a 5S, I've never gotten the chance to use it. So let's see how it plays out. I'm going to do a light stroke, a medium stroke, and then a hard stroke. So here is a light stroke. As you can see, again, no pressure whatsoever. Can be used to add some very soft clouds or sky or whatever. Now let's do a medium stroke. This is me pushing down, I guess, what I would normally do, normal pressure. You can see the buildup is much faster. And now the hard stroke. Almost 100% opacity. You don't have to do the stroke twice. So as you can see, an actual tool that you can use in your paintings. Another thing that I would say the phone benefits from over the previous series or over the non-Plus models is the screen size finally feels like it's just quite large enough for your fingers. Now, to give you an idea of the difference between the 5S and the 7 Plus, the 5S actually fits within the display size of the 7 Plus. That's how much smaller it is, and you can imagine how much more difficult it would be to paint with such a small screen. Now you're actually working with something big enough to support medium strokes, and just being able to hold it kind of like a controller feels so much better than a candy bar. So I'm just gonna let the painting recording play in the background at a ×8 speed so you can get a feel for how I actually work. And you'll see me rotating the screen a lot, zooming in to get those fine details. And again, all of that is made a lot easier with having a larger screen. I can't stress that enough. Honestly, if you're on the fence between a Plus and a non-Plus, even if you're going to use it, say 3% of the time for drawing, the Plus model is the one to get because you'll enjoy that 3% of the time you spend on your phone drawing so much more. Now, the next plus that I would like to talk about, no pun intended, is the performance of the phone itself. I've got good news, no input lag. The processor handles the app beautifully, as it should, since it's the same app I've used on my 5S, which is 3 years old, and that didn't have any hiccups. The major downside of that phone was the size of the screen itself. So having the larger screen, it's running the same exact resolution because that's Pocket Procreate for you. You can't actually choose a custom canvas size. I have not yet tested the larger canvas sizes for Photoshop Sketch, but I'm not going to use Photoshop Sketch for any of my phone drawing videos anyways, since I can't tilt the screen sideways. But anyways, that's definitely a plus. The performance is good, no hiccups, no input lag. All the zooming out and all the color painting and brush sizing, it handles beautifully. Another obvious benefit of the phone over the previous model is the battery life. It's actually quite impressive. I think I can go like 3 days without, even though I'm not always on my phone, I can go 3 days without charging it. You notice that when you're doing a longer painting session. When I was filming this, I think it was roughly about an hour and a half. Now, keep in mind the phone was plugged in, so it was plugged into the laptop so I could record the video. But I've had similar lengths of just doodling on the phone. I've never done a complete iPhone painting on the 7 Plus before this, and just like that, lasting a good hour, maybe 45 minutes, you don't use up that much battery life, so that's definitely a plus as well. So is this a replacement of any other devices for me? Where does this fit in my life? And how might it apply to yours. For example, I have my iPad Pro and I can't always grab that with me because of its size and just being afraid to lose, say, the Apple Pencil, since it doesn't have a way to attach to the device itself. I think this is great for when I'm going and waiting for my friends at, a coffee shop to meet up or something. I'll spend a little bit of time drawing there. If I'm at the car dealership, getting my oil changed, I'll spend time drawing there. If you're waiting for your food at a restaurant, all great places to just quickly doodle on your phone. I don't keep my sketchbook with me all the time, but this is a great way if you're inspired and you're on the go to quickly jot down your little drawings. And honestly, if you don't have the luxury of buying an iPad or some other tablet, and you only get to pick your phone, I think from the evidence, from just this drawing alone, it's a really powerful tool, and if you put the time into it, you could still get some really, really cool results out of it. So overall, I think this is where that device fits in. It's always in my pocket, even if I'm not planning on drawing. If it turns out that, plans changed, I always have something that if I'm feeling creative, I can always sit down and just enjoy a little bit of me time. In conclusion, I think this is a great device. I'm really happy with my purchase. I would say that the screen is durable. The phone does not feel like it's going to flex as hard as the 6 and 6 Plus models. I'm pretty sure they've fixed all that. Imagine you can now draw in the rain, you can draw in the shower, in the Oval Office. If you end up dropping your phone, hey, it's all right. So overall, I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm excited to see what type of phones we get in the future. I was a little bit bummed that Apple did not integrate the Apple Pencil with these new phones, but I guess they're saving that for the next generation of iPhones. That's kind of strange. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my little overview of the phone. I'm going to end up messing around with it some more. If anything, I'll post more videos. Stay tuned for more content. I'm going to do some short and sweet how-tos recorded with some traditional media and stuff that people have a lot of access to, which is their phone. A little bit less iPad Pro stuff, just because those videos tend to be really long. Anyways, hope you have a good one, and as always, stay cute.